Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kami daripada grup kedua ini membentangkan tentang DUG30023 Green Taste Technology Complaints. Kami ingin membentangkan tentang tajuk What is Pollution Control. Lecturer name ialah Puan Azamuni binti Mokhtar. First, Siti Saleha binti Kamarudin, nombor metrik 03 DPR 20F 2001. Nurul Najwa binti Abdul Rahman 03 DPR 20F 2016. Nurul Wahidah binti Mahmud 03 DPR 20F 2.
Classification of pollution control. There is two classification. First of all is point sources. A point source of pollution is a single identifiable source of air, water, thermal, noise, or light pollution. A point source has negligible extent, distinguishing it from other pollution source geometries. The sources are called point sources because in mathematical modeling, they can be approximated as a mathematical point to simplify analysis. Second classification is non-point sources. Non-point source of pollution refer to diffuse contamination of water or air that does not originate from a single discrete source. This type of pollution is often the cumulative effect of small amount of contaminant gathered from a large area. It is in contrast to point source pollution which result from a single source. Form of pollution. Air pollution. The release of chemical and particulates into the atmosphere produced by industry and motor vehicle, known to cause irritation in the eyes, lungs, nose, and throat. It creates respiratory problems and make the worst conditions such as asthma and emphysema. When continually exposed to air pollution, humans become at higher risk for cardiovascular disease. Light pollution. The presence of unwanted, inappropriate, or excessive artificial lighting, impacting all the way from the individual level, such as from an unwanted blinking light on the consumer product, to a community level like a new urban development impacting existing communities from poorly planned street light. Littering. The criminal throwing of inappropriate man-made objects unremoved onto public and private properties. It is a human impact on the environment and remains a serious environmental problem in many countries. Litter can exist in the environment for long periods of time before decomposition and be transported over large distances into the world ocean. Litter can affect the quality of life. Noise pollution. Encompasses roadway noise, aircraft noise, industrial noise, as well as high-intensity sonar, generally defined as regular exposure to elevated sound level that may lead to adverse effects in humans or other living organisms. Soil contamination occurs when chemicals are released by spill or underground leakage caused by industrial activity, agricultural, chemical, or improper disposal of waste. Radioactive contamination occurs when radioactive material is deposited on or in an object or a person. Radioactive materials released into the environment can cause air, water, surface, soil, plants, buildings, people, or animals to become contaminated, such as nuclear power generation and nuclear weapons research, manufacture, and deployment. Thermal pollution. A temperature change in natural water bodies caused by human influence, such as use of water as coolant in a power plant and industrial manufacturers. Visual pollution. The visible deterioration and negative aesthetic quality of the natural and human-made land. The effect of visual pollution have primary symptoms such as distraction, eye fatigue, decreases in opinion diversity, and loss of identity scape around people. Water pollution. The release of substances into bodies of water that make water unsafe for human use and disrupts aquatic ecosystem. Water pollution can be caused by a plethora of different contaminants, including toxic waste, petroleum, and disease-causing microorganisms. Plastic pollution. The accumulation of plastic products and microplastic in the environment that adversely affect wildlife habitat, or humans. The chemical structure of most plastic renders them resistant to many natural processes of degradation, and as a result they are slow to degrade. Sewage. The wastewater that flows after being used for domestic, industrial, and other purposes is termed as sewage water.
Primary air pollution. Pollutants that are performed and emitted directly from particular source. Example, a particular carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, and sulfur oxides. Contemporary pollutant can reaction with other elements or compound, creating new chemicals that are known as secondary pollutant. Example, manufacturing industry. Industry that perform solid waste material like glass and plastic. These materials are non-biodegradable materials that pollute the soils. The toxic gas that factories release into the air combined with those added by automobiles on the road mean that have an increased risk on developing chronic respiratory disease, lung cancer, heart disease, and many other illness, disease, and conditions. Secondary air pollution. Pollutants that are formed in the lower atmosphere by chemical reaction. The two examples are ozone and secondary organic aerosol haze. Secondary pollutants are harder to control. Pollutants are hard to control because they have different ways of themselves and the performation are not well understood. They form naturally in the environment and cause problems like photochemicals, smoke. Example, individual consumer. Consumption can affect the environment in my way highest level of consumption and highest level of production that require large input of energy, material, and generated large quantity of waste byproduct. Hierarchy of pollution control. Pollution prevention is a strategy for reducing the amount of waste created and released into the environment, particularly by industrial facilities, agriculture, or consumer. Many large corporations view as a method of improving the efficiency and profitability of production process by waste reduction and technology advancement. Implementation of such process reduce the severity and number of hazards posed to by public health and the environment. Prevention of pollution preserve natural resources and can also have significant financial benefit in large-scale process. If companies produce less waste, they do not have to worry about proper disposal. Thus, a proactive measure to reduce cost of waste disposal and elimination. Waste minimization. Waste minimization is a set of process and practice intended to reduce the amount of waste product. By reducing and eliminating the generation of harmful and persistent waste, waste minimization support effort to promote a more sustainable society. Waste minimization involves redesign product and process the change societal pattern of consumption and production. The most environmentally resourceful, economical, efficient, and cost-effective way to manage waste often do not have to address the problem in the first place. Managers see waste minimization as a primary focus for more waste management strategies. Proper waste treatment and disposal can require a significant amount of the time and resources. Therefore, the benefit of waste minimization can be considerable if carried out in effective, safe, and sustainable manner. Pollution control. Pollution control is the process of reducing or eliminating the release of pollutant into the environment. It is regulated by various environmental agencies which establish pollutant discharge limit for air, water, and land. Air pollution control strategy can be divided into the two categories: the control of particulate emission and the control of gases emission. There are many kinds of equipment which can be used to reduce particulate emission. Physical separation of the particulate from the air using settling chambers, cyclone collector, immigrant, wet scrubber, electrostatic precipitator, and filtration device are all processes that are typically employed.
Practice on pollution control. First, recycling, reusing, waste minimization, retargeting, preventing, composting. Pollution control. Pollution control is a term used in environment management. Control of emission and effluent into air, water, or soil. Waste product from consumption, heating, agriculture, mining, manufacturing, transportation, and other human activities will degrade the environment. Recycling. Recycling prevents the emission of many greenhouse gases and water pollution and save energy. Using recovered material generates less solid waste. Recycling helps to reduce the pollution caused by the extraction and processing of virgin material. Also, when products are made using recovered rather than virgin material, less energy is used during manufacturing and fewer pollution are emitted. Reusing. The most effective way to reduce waste is to not create it in the first place. Making a new product requires a lot of material and energy. Raw material must be extracted from the earth, and the product must be fabricated, then transported to wherever it will be sold. As a result, reduction and reuse are the most effective ways you can save natural resources.
protect the environment and save money.
Waste minimization is a process of elimination amount of waste product in society. It involves redesigning product and or changing societal pattern concerning consumption and production. Environment mitigating. United States government use this technique and the related environment industry. Natural resources such as a stream, wetland, endangered species, archaeological site or historic structure. To mitigate means to make less harsh or hostile. Waste minimization is a process of elimination amount of waste product in society. It involves redesigning product and or changing societal pattern concerning consumption and production.
Composting. Composting is organic matter that has been decomposed and recycled as a fertilizer in soil amendment. Composting is a key ingredient in organic farming. At the simple level, the process of composting simply requires making a heap of wetted organic matter known as green waste.